Hello guys, welcome to Impact. So in this video, we will try to solve or address a query which many people have, and this also becomes a stumbling block for them. People who could clear, they keep thinking, they have doubts. As a result, they do not clear, or they do not even start preparing, they do not even attempt the exam. So here we will see the common, one of the most sought questions or sought answers. I am a working professional. How do I prepare for UPSC? Or whether the much more important questions, can I prepare and clear UPSC? Then we will see what are the constraints, how to overcome them. So first, is it possible? ஒரு ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ரைட்டா ஒரு ஆன்சர் கொடுக்கணும் அப்படின்னா எஸ். தீஸ் பீப்புள் ஆர் ஆல் எக்ஸாம்பிள்ஸ். அகெயின் தே ஆர் ஒன்லி அ வெரி இண்டிகேட்டிவ் லிஸ்ட். எக்ஸாம்பிள் போடணும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக ஒரு 4 டாப்பர்ஸோட பேர் பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கோம். பட் அதர் தேன் தட் யூ டேக் எவ்ரி இயர்ஸ் லிஸ்ட், யூ வில் ஃபைண்ட் தட் எஸ் தேர் ஆர் சோ மெனி பீப்புள் இன் த லிஸ்ட், working professionals, and every year you can find how they manage time and strategy and all. So simply to say it is possible. So if it is possible for someone, again these people are not extraordinary people. In the mixla pathinga appadina, you will find people who are not toppers, who are not IITians, who are not from premier colleges. You will find people who have scored 70%, 80%, 60% in their 10th, 12th, and still they go on work and then they do clear the exam. So outright, yes, it is possible. adula vandu doubt illa. ஸோ இங்கே வந்து நம்ம அடுத்த கொஸ்டின் என்ன அப்படின்னா, சார் பட் தேர் இஸ் அ கன்ஸ்ட்ரெயின். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், இப்போ ஃபுல் டைம் உட்காந்து படிக்கணும்னு ஹீ கேன் ஸ்பெண்ட் ஆல்மோஸ்ட் 8 to 10 hours in a day just for preparation. பட் ஐ do not have that time. இப்போ மார்னிங் இஃப் யூ ஆர் எஸ்பெஷலி மெட்ரோவில் இருக்கீங்க அப்படின்னா, மார்னிங் ஐ ஹவ் டு கோ, அதுக்கு டைம் ஆகும். ஈவினிங் again I have to come back, and after coming back with the minimum time I have, how can I compete with the person who is already preparing? So this is one. Next, coachings or classes. For some, mostly civil services coaching offer full time, but abdin kedayadu. We have weekend batches also. Even in our academy we have weekend batches, which is specially tailor made for working professionals and college students. So it is tailor made for a long term preparation, 1.5 years. And the time la poi meduva base strengthen panni kondu poradhukaga. Next, it is energy draining. So yes, for working professionals it is energy draining. In daytime or full day work முடிச்சிட்டு வந்தா you can understand how does it feel. You will already be exhausted. So these are general constraints. But now what can we do to overcome this? See, whether these constraints are only a myth or do they exist? See, they do exist. So coaching, as we discussed, weekend batches are available. But you shouldn't plan your preparation in 1 year. You have to plan it for a longer time. For example, you have to give yourself time. In the time frame, நீங்க உங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அட்டெம்ப்ட் எப்போ கொடுக்குறீங்களோ இந்த டைம் ஃப்ரேம்ல கொடுத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா it will be very comfortable for you. So you can join an institute or a mentoring போறீங்கன்னா you can start with weekend batches. So the batch முடியறதுக்கே it will take around 1 year. Then you can prepare for another year. By the time you can get your base strengthened, and then you can attempt the exam. So this is one part. Okay, now how do I manage time? If you can get around 3 to 4 hours, it's a very good time. The beauty of but the important thing is this, நீங்க நிறைய நேரம் ஒரு விஷயத்துல படிக்க உங்க எஃபிஷியன்சி கொஞ்சம் குறைஞ்சிக்கிட்டே வரும். But you have to make sure this 3 to 4 hours you are spending in a day, that is Monday to Friday, your focus efficiency is very very high. So சில பேத்துக்கு சில different their bodies and minds will work. சில பேத்துக்கு they are morning people, they like the time. சில பேர் they are night people. So choose your time whichever you are very comfortable, or you can split between the two also. Morning 2 hours or 3 hours, again evening in the 1.5 hour or 2 hours, as per your time possibility. But minimum I would suggest on Monday to Friday you have to read at least for 4 hours, and this is the minimum that you should do. So, and Saturday, Sunday, you have to spend time. Now, when you're going for coaching and all, until that, it's fine, time kammiya irukum. But after the classes, once the classes are over, you have to be able to spend at least 8 to 10 hours in a Saturday, Sunday. So, இவங்க கல்யாணத்துக்கு போகணும், இவங்க ஃபங்க்ஷனுக்கு போகணும், all that, yes, you have to sacrifice for a very small duration, so that, you know, they always say the view from the top of the mountain is always better. So for that, you have to sacrifice all that for a short period of time. So 4 hours in a day plus Saturdays and Sundays 8 to 9 hours or 8 to 10 hours minimum you have to read. So first the one mistake that they do is they say I have to do it in 1 year. அடுத்த வருஷம் பண்ணியே ஆகணும். No. For working professionals, take your time. First basics you strengthen it a lot. இன்னைக்கு you will find many aspirants who are, you know, repeaters, third attempt, fourth attempt. Prelims hardly they will read for 2 months, but they will clear prelims comfortably. So next is the one, energy. So here again, already doing a day job, especially if you are in a metro, traveling morning, evening, it is tiring. How do I find this energy? See, the view from the top of the mountain is always beautiful. It's always worth the hike. That is what they say. So you have to think of, why do you want to do this job? What motivates you to do this job? So there has just been so many cases of officers who are doing a phenomenal role, who are impacting lives at the grassroots. Especially if you are a police officer. In India, a person comes to the police station only if there is no other go. Only it comes in a last resort, and you will come there for a need of dire help. So you will be able to help that person touch that life. So there are people, officers also, who have worked for out-of-the-box solutions where they have done wonders. For example, in Mizoram, an IAS officer was asking for money for building a road. Because without that road, if you want to take a person to the hospital, you have to tie him to a stretcher, lift him and walk. That will take days. Before that time, that person will already die. So he was asking government was telling funds not there, this. Then he crowdsourced the entire money and he built around 100 kilometers of that road. So this shows the impact that you as an officer can do on the field. So if you are very clear about why you want to do this, this is what you want in life, I feel that will provide the energy. In addition, you can do some things like yoga, taking the right food like vegetarian food, which will, you know, consume less of your energy. You will sleep less, you will sleep better. It will enable you to wake up early. So these changes, small changes, can help you. But the single most factor which will provide you the energy to burn that midnight oil will be the why. So we have seen how to overcome. But many people, what they do not tell is, what are the advantages of the working professionals? They say it is only, you know, disadvantage, it's difficult and all. The working people have one very good advantage. One, you want to spend for anything. Here, any test batches or anything, one you are earning. You don't have to depend on anyone. So that is a big advantage. The much bigger advantage is, you will find aspirants who are into 2 years, 3 years, they will start, you know, getting worried about their jobs, about their careers. The pressures will start coming from home on what to do, how to go about things. But for you, you will always have that mental comfort, because you already are in a career, you already are in a job. So with that mental comfort, that is a huge advantage. This you may not find this worry or among the first aspirants who are in the first year of preparation or second year. But in my experience, I have just seen so many aspirants. This is a very huge factor which will start playing in your after the initial time. So we have seen what are the advantages, what are disadvantages, whether it can be done. Yes, it can be done. And this is the way for you to go about it. That's all for this video, guys. Thank you.